Yeah, so how did you guys get the emu?
Well, I'm a widow, and the way I got it is that I know some people that are on the troop police department. My son is a volunteer for the fire department, and if the police department needs something and he can do something, well, then he does it. So anyway, I get this call about 10:30 at night from the police department, and they said that they had received a phone call from a family that said that they either had an emu or a ostrich in their field at the corner right on the edge of Troop, and they were going to shoot it if someone didn't come and get it because they didn't know who it belonged to, and they had children, and they were afraid of it, because they didn't know what it could do or how tame it was or what. And so the police department went out there, and they caught it, and it took 6 of them to do it. And they said that whenever they got it up in the back of the pickup, they looked at each other and said, what are we going to do with it now? We can't take it back to the office. And so then that's how I got the call. And they said, Teresa, can we bring it out to your place until we find who it belongs to? Why do I feed it? And they said, well, I don't know. It's in the bird family. And I said, well, I can feed it while I feed my chickens. And so they went ahead and brought it out, and it's been almost 3 years now. So anyway, I doctored it for a few weeks and kept it in the backyard because I also have a guard dog and I have llamas and pygmy goats, and I wanted everybody to know that it belonged here. And so I had it in the backyard for about a month, I guess, until one day it come up and started pecking on my glass French doors on the patio, on the back patio, and I took off chasing it with a broom, and it didn't have any problem at all running across my backyard, so I figured, okay, it's time for you to go out in the field. But, yeah, it was watching me fix food, and it wanted me to feed it, so it started pecking real hard on those glass doors. So, anyway, I put it out in the field, and so it's been out there ever since. It follows me around when I'm out there and looks over my shoulder whenever I'm trying to do something out there to see what I'm doing, and I have to make sure that I don't wear anything shiny because it will peck at something shiny. It's a bird, so
Wow.
any bird will do that. So it's really friendly. It eats out of my hand, and I just thought, well, gee, I bet it would be happier if it was with other emus. And so I want to find it a good home with other emus. And
Wow.
It hasn't ever laid an egg in 2 years, so it must be a guy. So, yeah, it would like some girly chicks probably.
Wow. So how big is this emu?
Let's see. It's about 5'4". I'm going by my height, and it's a little bit taller than I am, and I'm 5'4".
Oh, wow. And you said, how is it with kids?
Well, even whenever I first got it, I could tell that it had been around people because it didn't run from you. It'd come right up to you and want to see what you had in your hands and peck at whatever it was you had in your hands in case it was food. But it's really good with the kids because I have grandkids, 7 down to 2, and the 2-year-old really likes Big Bird. I didn't know whether it was a male or female, so I just call it Big Bird, and it comes to me. But, yeah, Big Bird will follow the 2-year-old around out in the pasture, seeing what she's doing, and when she stops to look at something, a flower or something, the bird will stop and look at it with her. And whenever she takes off, well, then the bird will take off following her.
Wow.
Or it might decide it wants to follow one of the other kids, that they're more interesting than she is.
So you say the bird right now is out in the field, and I notice, look at the Craigslist ad right here. Basically,
Right.
the only requirement is that you have to be able to catch it. Is the bird tough to catch?
Well, you need to get it pinned up in a corner, and you need at least 2 of you, and they can kick really hard. So, I don't know. The police officer said that it was really tame and everything till they threw the sack over its head, and then I think it kind of whipped 4 of them. I think there was going to be about 4 police officers that limped around for a couple days.
Wow. wow.
So they can be, tough. I wouldn't want to try to catch one that was really wild because they can kick really hard.
Now, have you gotten any response or interest about the bird?
I have been really surprised. I've had probably 20 calls with people that do not have any other emus that want this one. And then I've only had 3 calls with people that have other emus. And so I took the first one. I told him that, yes, he could have it. He was supposed to be here at 11:30 today, and he hasn't showed up or called. And then there's been 2 after that I took their names and numbers.
Oh, wow.
There's been like 20 that, no, I've never had one, but I want to get another one besides that one. And I said, no, I want you to already have emus.
Okay.
And so I've been feeding it what I do my chickens, and it eats it, which is crushed corn, but it also eats the stuff that I feed the cows and the llamas and the goats, too. So I've kept it alive for almost 3 years.